love in us. In fact, we are Ananda Swarupa, meaning bliss itself. Bliss is the highest form and pure form of love. When we concentrate that love, when we direct that love towards the divine form, then it is called bhakti. When we do this continuously, then it is yoga, that is bhakti yoga. When we constantly bring out that feeling of bhakti in us, then our nature itself becomes very divine. We will become more humble, we will become more intelligent, that is Chit itself, that is God. So when we again and again, when we bring out that feeling of divinity in us, we become more intelligent and we gain confidence without any trace of ego. In a way, we all worship the God according to our own imagination. Mind plays a very important role in bhakti. Sometimes the mind misguides us, sometimes it gives us hallucinations, and sometimes it paves way for the divine vision. We must be experienced to understand all this. Otherwise, we will misinterpret this and we will be misguided by our own mind. So mind plays a very important role in bhakti because bhakti is an emotional bondage towards that divine form. That divinity is actually inside us, but what we think is that divinity is outside, it is external. That divinity is universal, it is everywhere. We are just worshipping that divinity in us, but we are unaware of it. At one time or other, the mind surrenders to that divinity. Only then we feel satisfied, content, some bliss feeling, because we have surrendered to that divine power in us, and that power is universal. Now coming to Bhakti and Vedanta, many people when they enter Vedanta, they feel that they no more need Bhakti, because Bhakti is Maya. And it is a misconception. It is not true, because no one needs to ignore any other yoga because they have come to Vedanta. Anyone can practice all the other yogas along with Vedanta till it reaches the pinnacle of that Advaita philosophy, that is non-dual, when we realize that we are Brahman. Each yoga has its own importance in life. If our problem is selfishness, or if our obstacle is selfishness, then we have to practice Karma Yoga. If our obstacle and problem is impurity of mind, then we have to practice Bhakti. When we read the Leelas of Bhagavan, our mind becomes more pure. Or when we again and again, when we connect to that divine power by chanting mantras, by doing pujas or ritual or in whatever way, then it makes our mind more pure. If our problem is a lack of concentration or the scattering of mind, then we have to practice Raja Yoga, that is meditation. If we want knowledge, then we have to practice Jnana Yoga. So Vedanta, all the other yogas culminate in Vedanta. So there is no need to ignore any yoga because we are in Vedanta studies. And many people think of Bhakti to satisfy their material gains. Actually, Bhakti plays a more important role in our lives. When we connect to that divinity and when we think that, when we relate to that divinity in a form or as a person, then we are humanizing that infinite power, and this gives an emotional bondage, and it is very easy for the mind to pass on to the higher levels of concentration. Our mind always needs a support to hang on, and the name and form of the God is the perfect support for the mind to hang on. When we do this, when we again and again when we relate to that divine form, then our mind becomes more concentrated, focused, and it will be easy for the mind to grasp the abstract concepts of Vedanta. Actually, bhakti belongs to the transactional reality, that is the Vyavaharika Satya, which involves Maya. But to reach the Paramarthika Satya, absolute reality, that is Brahman, we have to pass through this transactional reality. And bhakti plays a very important role here. And again, when we relate to God and by doing pujas or when we chant mantras, whatever it is, then it elevates the mind to the very higher level. When we chant a mantra, each divine form has a mantra related to it. So when we chant that mantra, automatically that form and the concept behind that form becomes alive in our mind. This raises our mind to the higher vibration, to the vibration of that divine form. And from that, it is very easy to connect to that abstract principle, that is Brahman. Bhakti is very powerful. It gives an emotional support. So bhakti must be practiced, and therefore many acharyas, gurus and teachers advise their sishyas to practice bhakti by doing mantra japa or by doing puja till they reach the stage of Jivan Mukti. When a person reaches the stage of Jivan Mukti, then automatically bhakti or any other yoga withers off. So till then, a person has to practice, a sadhaka of the Vedanta philosophy must practice bhakti. Only then their mind becomes pure and their mind reaches to that higher vibration. It is very easy to practice bhakti because it is an emotional bondage towards the divine form. There are no strict rules or regulations there. It is only an emotional bondage. And so it is very easy to practice bhakti also. But at the same time, we have to practice Vedanta side by side. They both must go hand in hand till we reach the stage of Jivan Mukta. We will know automatically at what stage we have to leave Bhakti Yoga and come entirely to that Jnana Yoga, that is Vedanta. So this is the concept behind Bhakti and Vedanta. Thank you for watching.